Hello, welcome back to Chavela's kitchen or cocina. Today we're going to make gorditas, ranchero style. And the ingredients that we need is we're going to need 4 cups of maseca. This is 4 cups of maseca. Water, warm water. A bowl to mix it in. Salt, about a teaspoon of salt, and baking soda, a tablespoon of baking soda, and 2 tablespoons of lard. You can use lard or you can use oil, canola oil, or any kind of oil that you want. So like 2 tablespoons of lard or oil, manteca. So here we go. We will mix, start with the maseca. 4 cups, tablespoon of baking soda, teaspoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of lard, and we're going to blend this first. Just so that the manteca is incorporated and it's evenly distributed amongst the flour. And you want warm water because warm water helps the masa come alive. And you're going to need as needed, but this is about 4 cups of water, and we'll see how much we use. You want to start with quite a bit because it takes a lot of water. You want a nice soft consistency. And I'm going to show you guys a trick. When I first started making gorditas, I did them all by hand. I mushed them up between my fingers and my palms. And I learned a trick, so I'll show you. You can improvise what kinds of tools you can use to make your gorditas. You can still make them by hand if you want, but it's easier if you have help. So I'll show you what I do. And this is the way I make them. So I'm sharing with you the recipe that I use, and everyone has their own way of doing things. Remember that. This is my cocina, so this is the way I cook. And it's good that you share. If you want to share your way of doing it, I'd like to see that too. And as you can see, the masa is getting sticky and all put together. So we want a nice, soft, pliable consistency. And after it's ready, you can let it rest for a little while if you want, for like about 5 or 10 minutes. And that should work. I'm just adding a little bit more water because I feel like I want it a little bit softer. Because as you take pieces to form your gorditas, it tends to get a little dry. So from here, we're going to start forming our gorditas, and I'm going to show you how I used to make them. So this was my original method. You take your masa, you pound it until it's nice and soft and smooth. Then you form it, and you can make them as big as you want, small as you want, just so they are a little bit fat, because that's what gorditas means, little fat. So little fat tortillas. And I usually have a bowl of water here right by me so that I can wet if I need to. This one I'm going to put on the comal. I have my comal ready. It's been heating up. So we're gonna put this one on there, and then I'm gonna show you my trick. So I have my masa. I'm just gonna form a ball. I'll leave it there. You need 2 pieces of plastic wrap. I cut up one of the Ziploc bags and just made it into a round, and you wanna wet them. They need to be wet so that your gorditas don't stick. So just wet. And I have a flat surface right here. My counter has these squares, so I didn't want the print of the squares to be on my tortillas. So I found this. It's flat, it makes them nice and smooth. And I have this pan, or this pan. It's a cake, pie pan. So I'm gonna put one of my rounds on the flat surface. I'm gonna put my testal, my masa there, and my other round on top of it. Then I'm gonna take my pie pan and just flatten it. Much easier, right? That way you can make a whole bunch and it's not gonna take you forever like these. So I take them off, put them on the comal, and we'll make some more. Now, while I make these, we'll have some cooked and we'll be right back. We're back, and I just wanted to show you our progress. So far, we're cooking our gorditas on the comal, or the grill, and here's our gorditas. You have to kind of play with your comal to test the heat temperature that is better to cook them. As you can see, it's a little bit hot, but they're still okay. So you want to turn them when they're kind of not sticking at the bottom, and then one side is done. There's 2 ways that you can eat these gorditas. You can eat them right off the comal like that. They're already fully cooked. Just cut them and fill them. Or you can, as they come off of the comal, you can fry them in oil and then cut them open and fill them. And I'm going to show you both ways. We did count how many gorditas we got out of 4 cups of maseca, and I counted like 15 gorditas. So that's enough to feed a family. So we'll show you how to fill them and what to use to fill them. We'll be right back. Well, here we have it. Here we have our gorditas that are already done. And I'm going to show you, I have different fillings, and you can fill your gorditas with whatever you want. Whatever you have. If you have leftovers, you put some meat together, some beans with chorizo, some chorizo, anything you have, you can fill a gordita with. So this is how we serve them here. So I'm gonna cut up one of my gorditas, and as you can see, the inside is a soft masa, kind of. And usually I like to put beans on it first, just so that the rest of whatever you put on top will stick. And here I have some steak, some bistec with red chile and nopales. And here I have some papas with chorizo. In one of my previous videos, I show how to make these papas with chorizo, so you can try that if you'd like. Here we have ground beef, which is the kids' favorite. So you put your ground beef on top of your frijoles, of your beans, and then you can put whatever you want, a little bit of onions, some cheese, a little bit of lettuce, sour cream, and salsa, whatever kind of salsa you like. This is my jalapeno salsa. And I will be doing a video to show how I make my salsas, so stay tuned for that. There is one gordita, and I'm gonna fry one so you can see the difference between the baked gorditas and the comal and a fried one. So all you do is put it in your hot oil and you turn it. Let me get my tongs. These are not the healthiest, but they're really good. And it's optional. You can make them whichever way you like. Like I said, this is how I make them, so you can make them any way you like. If you like them on the comal, all the way cooked, you can just cut them open coming out of the comal, or you can fry them up and then fill them. So same thing, they're just crispier and they taste really good, so it makes them a little more fluffier also. So my favorite way of eating a gordita is really, really simple. Not the fried one, but one of these just baked ones with some of this red chile. And my grandma used to make the best red chile. This was my grandma Neno in El Rancho, in the farm. So I was 3 years old when we left, and I vaguely remember eating gorditas because I remember her making them and just giving me one with chile and just some onion and cheese. And this is my favorite way of eating a gordita. I'll show you. Yep. That's the best kind. So there you have it. Make your own gorditas. Fill them with whatever you like. And let me know if you like them. Thanks for watching.